Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Julian's Detroit Driver Blue frequency out here for southeastern Michigan area rideshare drivers for their encouragement and willingness to open a discussion format up for different issues that come up. And of course, this channel is designed to have camaraderie. This is designed to encourage those to link up, to rely on each other, have a certain kind of familial approach to the fact that they're out here as fellow business partners and trying to make a little money here and there. I went ahead and spent most of the mid-morning going up to pick up my son and help him get to his doctor's appointment. He had broken his wrist at work, and he had not made the appointment previously. So I had to definitely make sure he got there today. We had a blizzard today, and we were completely under the wraps of quite a bit of snow. I think about 3 to 4 inches we got. But it just seemed like it kept coming and kept coming down, and it just made for a miserable day out here. My plan was to drive earlier, but because needed to get him to the doctors, and my phone, I did not charge my phone adequately the night before. Took a little night off from driving, thinking I was going to be out today, or at least after I dropped him off, and just came home and attended to some other issues with some stuff. Girlfriend's dog had surgery, and so he's recovering well, and definite answered prayers in that category. And just kind of spent a little bit of the evening with her, and sort of business as usual for most people in the 9 to 5 work-a-day life tomorrow. So that's what she's doing tomorrow. So, and I had to charge my phone anyways, so needed to do that before I could come out. And so anyway, one thing that got brought up between my son and I was this angle, this wide angle, and he believes there's some kind of, he's giving me some kind of pointers, I guess. He's all into graphic design, and I don't know, he's definitely had some remarks for me, of course, regarding my YouTube videos. So we're trying this out, this wide angle thing. One of the things that came up was I was telling them some of the content that I discuss here, and I was bringing up the fact that there's like an entitlement of rideshare riders, and they expect everything. They expect when they get in the car for you to roll out the red carpet. If the red carpet is not rolled out, shame on you, and I'm not going to talk to you, and I just want to, I'm not impressed. And it doesn't happen all the time, but every now and again you'll get a rider who is just all about entitlement. And anyway, so not to harp on those things. one of the issues that we also talked about, because he broke out his vape. And this is something that happens every now and again, where people will want to vape, and they will sometimes just bring it out just because they're with their friends in the car, and one of them will begin to start hitting their vape. And of course, first thing I do is I object, and I say, could you please refrain from using that during the time that you're riding with me in this vehicle? I would appreciate it. And of course, because I'm able to say that to him immediately, it's sort of like a, hi, how are you? Oh, by the way, oh, no vaping, The one thing my son brought up is a phrase called unregulated model, or he said unregulated mod. And it's basically metal, and there are certain units of these vape machines that has a electronically regulated device on it that kind of keeps it from getting too hot or something like that. Keeps it from igniting, or keeps it from doing something too long or something and getting too hot, basically. And something about the lithium ion battery with a unregulated mod type vape. These are the ones that he says, this is the one, he sounds like he's speaking from a little bit of experience here, but because he, I guess, stopped smoking last month and now he's vaping. Anyway, he seems to know that these have the tendency to explode. And that's another thing, they're the units, you don't know whether or not they're going to be working properly. You don't know whether they're going to be safe for you, other riders, or for the passenger, or for the rider who's actually using it. How well do you know that device? Sometimes it's better to just keep people from doing certain things while they're in your vehicle that you're uncomfortable with, that you're just not, this is just something you just don't want to roll like that. And that's comfortable too. That's ideally, that's something that you should maintain. If you don't want this practice or behavior to go on, you can simply make mention of it, and that's it. The one thing that I brought up was the ever so common for specific riders. People will get in the car, put their cell phones on, usually single riders, and they will go on and on and on, talking, and me, the rideshare driver servant, driving them wherever they were going, is basically there's no need for, they figure outside of a couple pleasant hello and goodbye, there's really no need for any kind of a conversation. To me, it's just rude, and you immediately can tell whether or not a passenger has people skills or not, because they're just, it's more of this rider entitlement. And one of the things that I also mentioned in line with this communication issue, this communication ill, is that one of the reasons that we feel more comfortable with people that we're driving back and forth is we get a feel for who they are. We get a feel for, do I really feel comfortable driving this person somewhere? If they're going to be talking to somebody on the phone with an attitude, or, you know, you're going to be angry with somebody, do I really want that kind of person in my car to begin with? If they're going to have this nasty, you know, weird cell phone conversation. Some people would think, well, who cares, as long as they're, you know, they're on the app, you know, they've paid for their ride, just go ahead and take them wherever, you know. But what happens if in this terrible or weird conversation, they're getting ready to do something to the person on the end of the line, and you're driving them to maybe where this person is? So I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of reaching for straws. It's probably not the case if somebody has a weird, negative, or annoying cell phone conversation while you're driving them. But, and especially the time of day, you know, business meetings, I totally understand to a point. But, and then obviously we know certain passengers do it because they don't feel comfortable and they want to have someone on the phone so the rideshare driver doesn't get any ideas or whatever they're thinking, you know. Yeah, a lot of paranoid people out here on the roads because only a certain small percentage of rideshare drivers have kind of like messed up the persona of what we're about, what the moral majority of us are about, you know, which is about trying to be of help, trying to be of service. But anyway, so that's about it for rider entitlement. I had a phrase in my head that I use, but it's pretty much the same thing as rider entitlement. Anyway, just wanted to touch base. I know I hadn't made a video in a couple days here. Tell you a little bit about my day a couple days ago. But right now I'm just going to end this video. I had an awesome day 2 days ago. Had an amazing day. Blew past my goal. Had some awesome long trips. I'll go into it a little bit more maybe on the next video. So I also think it's interesting that the day that I made a video talking about the seats issue, the question that I brought up, that happened to me that night. 5 guys tried to cram themselves in the back seat. I'm like, sorry guys, and they were cool about it, you know. So the rest of them got another Uber. So apparently, but I saw on the side of the car. I'm like, oh great, you know. The guy was really understanding in front. Oh yeah, it's your car, it's your car. And I kept repeating to him, no, it's state law. You know, I can't be responsible, you know, for the other 2 people if we end up getting involved in an accident. So it's not smart. But he didn't want to hear it because he was intoxicated. So it was kind of a funny moment. It was like it's kind of like the wildest ride that I had that night, but it was very brief, thank God. And then they got out to the curb. So didn't want to go into that too much. I was going to try to save it for the next video. So thanks for watching. Julian's Detroit Driver Blue. Ride safe. Ride on. Peace.